The sensor alert pierced the quiet of the bridge, jolting Captain Sarah Chen from her datapad review. The small exploration vessel Horizon Seeker hung motionless against the backdrop of the Carina Nebula, its sophisticated detection equipment focused on something that, according to every database they had, shouldn't exist. "Captain, you need to see this," Lieutenant Maya Rodriguez called from her station, dark eyes wide with disbelief. "The mass readings. They're off the charts." Sarah moved to the sensor station, her measured steps betraying none of the excitement building in her chest. The holographic display showed an object that dwarfed their modest vessel, a ship of impossible proportions drifting in the void, its hull gleaming with an otherworldly iridescence, even after untold years of cosmic radiation. "Run it against the database again," she ordered, though she already knew the result. After 15 years of deep space exploration, she'd memorized every known ship configuration, human or alien. This was something else entirely. Dr. James Harrison, their xenorchaeologist, pressed his face closer to the display, his weathered features illuminated by the holographic glow. "It's not Meridian," he muttered, referring to the only other advanced alien civilization humanity had encountered. "The architecture is completely different. Those curves, the material composition, we're looking at something new. Or something very, very old," Sarah corrected, studying the readings. The ship's power signature was minimal, barely distinguishable from background radiation. But it was there. "Maya, are you detecting any active systems?" "Barely, Captain. There's something, like a heartbeat, deep inside the ship, periodic energy pulses, but they're incredibly weak." Chief Engineer Raj Patel's voice crackled over the comm. "Captain, request permission to prep the boarding shuttles. Whatever that ship is, its hull material is like nothing I've ever seen. The metallurgical analysis alone could advance our technology by decades." Sarah smiled, recognizing the barely contained excitement in her chief engineer's voice. It matched her own. "Not so fast, Raj. Maya, any signs of active defensive systems? Radiation, biological contamination?" "Nothing obvious, Captain. The ship appears to be in some kind of dormant state." "But," Maya hesitated, her fingers dancing over the controls. "There's something else. The energy signature. It's responding to our scans. The pulses are getting stronger." The bridge fell silent as the implications sank in. A ship of unknown origin, potentially millions of years old, showing signs of activity after their arrival. Sarah felt the weight of the moment pressing down on her shoulders. Standard protocol demanded they report the discovery to Fleet Command immediately. The military would swoop in, quarantine the area, and spend years studying the ship from a safe distance. Years during which humanity could fall further behind in the relentless march of cosmic civilization. "Dr. Harrison," Sarah said slowly, "in your professional opinion, what are we looking at?" The xenorchaeologist straightened, adjusting his glasses. "Based on the preliminary scans, a technological marvel, Captain. The ship's design suggests a civilization far more advanced than either humanity or the Meridians. The fact that it's still generating power after who knows how long. This could be the greatest discovery in human history." Sarah nodded, her decision crystallizing. "Maya, begin continuous documentation of everything we find. Raj, prep the boarding shuttles but keep them on standby. Dr. Harrison, I want a full risk assessment for a preliminary exploration team." She paused, allowing herself a small smile. "And someone wake up our security chief. Something tells me Zora's going to be upset if she sleeps through first contact." The next hour was a blur of preparation. Security Chief Zora Patel, after colorfully expressing her displeasure at being woken from cold sleep early, ran her team through emergency protocols while Raj's engineers prepped their equipment. Dr. Harrison practically vibrated with excitement as he calibrated his scanning devices. Sarah watched the organized chaos from her command chair, mind racing through contingencies. They were 3 months from the nearest fleet outpost, operating on the edges of mapped space. By the time any military vessel arrived, they could have completed a preliminary survey. Better to ask forgiveness than permission, especially when humanity's future might hang in the balance. The ship grew larger in their view screen as they approached, its true scale becoming apparent. It was massive, at least 3 kilometers from bow to stern, its hull covered in patterns that seemed to shift and flow in the light of their spotlights. Energy pulses are definitely increasing, Maya reported. Whatever's in there, it knows we're here. Broadcast on all frequencies, Sarah ordered. Universal greeting package, full spectrum. Moments passed as their message of peace echoed across the void. The ancient ship hung silent, its secrets waiting to be discovered. Then everything changed. The patterns on the hull flickered, lines of light racing across its surface like neural pathways. A soft chime echoed through the Horizon Seeker's bridge, and every display simultaneously filled with streaming alien characters. By all the stars, Dr. Harrison breathed, reaching for his translation tablet. It's responding. The alien text shifted, reformed, and suddenly transformed into human standard. Well si omni, si kiers, genetic profiles suonify armidi, human. Quarantine piorto socioas lifted. Docking sequence ionitaid. Sarah leaned forward, heart pounding. Maya, the ship is powering up, Captain. Multiple systems coming online, but nothing weapons related. It's opening a docking bay for us. Sarah Chen had dreamed of first contact since she was a child staring up at the stars from her family's farm. But nothing had prepared her for this moment. An ancient vessel, apparently waiting for human discoverers, offering itself to them. Security team to Shuttle Bay 1. She ordered, rising from her chair. Dr. Harrison, Raj, you're with me. Maya, you have the bridge. Monitor everything and prepare a data burst to Fleet Command. She smiled grimly. Better include my resignation letter with it. Something tells me they're not going to approve of what we're about to do. As Sarah strode toward the shuttle bay, she couldn't shake the feeling that they were standing on the threshold of something momentous. Humanity had been struggling to catch up with the galaxy's advanced civilizations for generations. Now, perhaps, they had found their shortcut to the stars. Or, she thought as their shuttle approached the massive docking bay, they had found something that would change the course of human history forever. The ancient ship's invitation beckoned, and Sarah Chen intended to answer it. Whatever waited inside that vast hull, humanity would face it with courage, curiosity, and determination. It was, after all, what humans did best. The docking bay swallowed their shuttle with unsettling precision, ancient machinery moving with impossible smoothness. Sarah led her team through the airlock, their footsteps echoing in the cavernous space. Emergency lights cast long shadows across surfaces that seemed to ripple like liquid metal. These readings are impossible, Raj muttered, waving his scanner across the nearest wall. The material's responsive at a molecular level. It's not just metal, it's alive. Dr. Harrison traced strange geometric patterns etched into a nearby column. Captain, these markings, they're not just decorative. They're mathematical equations. The entire ship is covered in them. Zara kept her pulse rifle ready, professional paranoia evident in her stance. And they're glowing brighter the deeper we go. Anyone else think we're being herded? They were. Every doorway opened before them, soft illumination guiding their path toward the ship's core. The corridors twisted in ways that challenged human architecture, spaces expanding and contracting, as if the ship itself breathed. Picking up stronger energy signatures ahead, Raj reported. Whatever's powering this place, we're getting close. The passage opened into a vast chamber that defied explanation. A sphere of swirling energy hung suspended in the center, tendrils of light pulsing outward through transparent conduits that vanished into the walls. Around it, holographic displays flickered to life, filling the air with cascading alien script. It's a quantum consciousness core, Raj breathed, his scanner forgotten in his slack grip. The theories were right. The most advanced civilizations didn't build AIs, they grew them. The alien text shifted, resolving into human standard. Carry take PRTOCOL, active. Seeking authorized users. G needixi SCA and in progjurius. Compatibility, 89.4%. NITEAT URL into your face. Wait, Sarah started to say, but the world dissolved around her. She found herself standing in what appeared to be a garden, impossible plants of crystalline structure reaching toward an artificial sky. A figure stood before her, humanoid but clearly artificial, its form composed of shifting geometric patterns. "Welcome, Captain Chen," it said, its voice resonating directly in her mind. "I am Guardian, the quantum consciousness of this vessel. We have waited a very long time for beings worthy of our legacy." "We?" Sarah asked, fighting to maintain her composure. "Who are you? What is this ship?" "We were the Arcturians," Guardian replied. "We were dreamers, builders, seekers of knowledge. We created this vessel not as a weapon, but as a seed, a repository of our civilization's achievements, waiting for the right species to nurture it." Images flashed through Sarah's mind. A civilization of staggering advancement, worlds transformed into gardens, the mysteries of the universe unfolding before them. Then darkness, terror, an enemy that consumed everything in its path. "The swarm," Guardian continued, sadness coloring its artificial voice. "We could not fight them. Our technology, our philosophy, all was focused on creation, not destruction. So we scattered seeds across the galaxy, hoping that younger races with different perspectives might succeed where we failed." Sarah's mind raced with implications. "You chose us? Humanity. Your species possesses a unique combination of traits: creativity, resilience, and a capacity for warfare tempered by wisdom. You understand both creation and destruction. More importantly, you have not yet lost your ability to dream." The vision shattered as alarms blared through the ship. Sarah found herself back in the core chamber, her team staring at her in concern. "Multiple ships dropping out of FTL," Zara reported, checking her comm. "Military signatures. Looks like Fleet Command got Maya's message." The holographic displays erupted with new information. Guardian's voice echoed through the chamber. "YANANG. Long-range CNSORS DTECTQUA disturbance. Savuorm Sijin HURES ID Intified. ESTI Matedid Arrival. 72 HOURs. They followed us here," Guardian explained, its holographic form materializing before them. "The swarm always finds the seeds eventually. Your military vessels are insufficient to combat them. This vessel must be awakened fully, its systems merged with human consciousness and creativity. There is no time for proper protocols." "Even if we manage that," Raj interjected, "we're civilian explorers. We don't know the first thing about operating a warship." Sarah straightened. Decision made. "Then we'll learn. Fast." She activated her comm. Maya broadcast to the approaching fleet vessels. "This is Captain Chen. We have made first contact with a quantum eye of immense power and knowledge. There is an immediate threat to human space, and we need cooperation, not interference." She turned to Guardian's hovering form. "You said we're compatible. What exactly does that mean?" "This vessel was designed to evolve, to adapt to its crew's needs and abilities. Through neural interface, human creativity can guide our technology in ways the Arcturians never imagined. But the process is dangerous, untested with your species. The ship must rebuild itself around your patterns of thought, your ways of solving problems." Military commands crackled over the comm, ordering them to stand down. Sarah ignored them. How long to complete the integration? Under optimal conditions, months. Under current circumstances, Guardian paused. "We must attempt it in hours. The strain could be fatal to the human consciousness." Sarah looked at her team, seeing the same determination in their eyes that she felt. They had spent their lives pushing the boundaries of human knowledge, seeking the unknown. Now the unknown was offering them a chance to save humanity. "Begin the integration," she ordered. "Maya, dock the Horizon Seeker and get in here. We're going to need every mind we can get." She managed a grim smile. "Let's show the galaxy what happens when humans inherit advanced alien technology." The military vessels would arrive soon, bringing with them orders, regulations, and careful protocols. But they would find something unprecedented. An ancient alien warship awakening under human control, preparing for a battle that would determine the fate of their species. Guardian's form pulsed with increasing energy. Integration beginning. "Captain Chen, your mind will serve as the primary interface. Are you prepared for what comes next?" Sarah thought of Earth, of humanity's fragile colonies, of all they had built and dreamed of building. "No," she admitted, "but we'll figure it out. It's what humans do best." The quantum core flared, and Sarah Chen began her transformation from starship captain to something entirely new, the human heart of an alien god of war. Admiral Victor Torres stood rigid on the bridge of the UES Interceptor, watching the impossible unfold on his view screen. The alien vessel's hull rippled with waves of energy. Sections were forming and reconfiguring themselves as if the entire ship was being reborn. "Sir," his tactical officer reported, "we're detecting massive power fluctuations. Whatever they're doing in there, it's completely off the charts." Inside the quantum core chamber, Sarah Chen floated in a sea of light, her consciousness expanding through the ship's systems. Guardian's presence intertwined with her thoughts, teaching her to navigate the vast network of Arcturian technology that now responded to her will. "The integration is proceeding faster than anticipated," Guardian observed. "Your neural plasticity exceeds all projections." Sarah barely heard the eye's words. She was too busy marveling at the sensation of being both human and something far more. Through the ship's sensors, she could feel the approaching military vessels, the distant stars, and, most worryingly, the quantum disturbance that marked the swarm's advance. "They're going to fire warning shots," she announced, the tactical data flowing through her enhanced consciousness. 3 minutes, Raj's voice cut through her expanded awareness. "Captain, you need to see this. The ship's weapons systems, they're not just dormant, they're incomplete." Sarah directed her attention to engineering, where Raj and his team had discovered something unprecedented. The Arcturian weapon designs existed as theoretical frameworks, waiting to be shaped by their users' understanding of warfare. The Arcturians were philosophers and builders, Guardian explained. They created the foundations, but left the actual implementation of weapons to species with more practical experience in warfare. A bitter laugh escaped Zora as she studied the weapon schematics. "Well, if there's one thing humans know, it's how to break things creatively." The first warning shots from the military vessels flashed past the ancient ship's bow. Admiral Torres's voice boomed through all channels. "Captain Chen, you are ordered to power down all systems and prepare for boarding. This is your final warning." Sarah opened her eyes in the physical world while maintaining her connection to the ship's systems. Her team watched her expectantly, waiting for direction. Through their neural links, she could feel their determination, their fear, and their unwavering trust in her leadership. "Raj," she commanded, "start with the point defense systems. Use our understanding of plasma containment, but incorporate the Arcturian power distribution network. Zara, your combat experience. We needed to optimize the targeting systems. Dr. Harrison, focus on decoding more of their scientific database. Maya, coordinate with Guardian to enhance our sensor range." "And the military?" Maya asked, glancing at the approaching warships. Sarah smiled, feeling the ship's systems respond to her thoughts. "Watch this." The ancient vessel's hull shimmered, and suddenly the military ship's sensors were flooded with data, technical specifications, threat assessments, and most importantly, long-range scans showing the approaching swarm. "Admiral Torres," Sarah broadcast, her voice resonating with new harmonics from her connection to the ship. In approximately 68 hours, an alien force that destroyed an entire civilization will arrive in this system. You can either help us prepare, or you can waste time trying to seize technology you don't understand. Your choice. Seconds ticked by. Sarah felt the weapons lock of the military vessels waver, then disengage. "You have 1 hour to convince me," Torres replied grimly. "After that, we do this my way." What followed was a blur of activity. As Sarah demonstrated the ship's capabilities and the reality of the swarm threat, the military's opposition transformed into cautious cooperation. Admiral Torres proved to be a pragmatist at heart, especially when presented with sensor data showing the scale of the approaching enemy fleet. "The swarm operates like a biological entity," Guardian explained to the assembled human leaders. "They consume technology, adapt it, and use it against their enemies. They are a force of pure destruction that has ended countless civilizations." "But they've never faced humans with Arcturian tech," Reg interrupted, his hands deep in a weapons console he was modifying. "Look at this. Their power generation methods are elegant but inefficient. We can boost their output by at least 300% just by applying basic human engineering principles." He was right. Throughout the ship, the merger of human innovation and Arcturian technology was producing unprecedented results. The vessel's systems, designed to adapt and evolve, were integrating human concepts at an astounding rate. Sarah felt every change through her neural link. The ship was becoming something new. Not purely Arcturian, not purely human, but a hybrid that combined the best of both. Through her connection, she could sense the weapon systems taking shape according to human understanding of warfare, while the Arcturian technology enhanced and perfected their implementations. Multiple quantum ruptures detected. Maya's voice cut through the activity. Swarm scout ships entering the system. Sarah's consciousness merged deeper with the ship's systems. Through enhanced sensors, she watched as 3 biomechanical vessels emerged from FTL, their twisted forms a nightmare of stolen technology and organic growth. "Well," she broadcast to all ships, "time for a practical test. Battle stations, everyone. Let's show them what humanity can do with proper tools." The ancient ship's hull rippled one final time, plates sliding into new configurations as newly formatted weapon systems came online. In the quantum core, Sarah Chen smiled as she felt the full power of human ingenuity merged with Arcturian technology surge through the vessel's systems. The swarm was about to learn why challenging humanity's survival was a fatal mistake. "Weapons free," she commanded. "Let's introduce ourselves." The hybrid warship lit up the void with weapons that had never existed before. Human theories of destruction perfected through Arcturian understanding of the universe's fundamental forces. The scout ships never stood a chance. But as the debris of the swarm scouts cooled in the vacuum, Sarah felt a chill through her enhanced senses. The main fleet was still coming, and these had been just the first test. The real battle for humanity's survival was about to begin. The destruction of the swarm scouts changed everything. Admiral Torres stood on the ancient ship's newly formed bridge, watching human technicians and military personnel working alongside holographic Arcturian interfaces. The chamber itself seemed alive, surfaces shifting to accommodate human ergonomics while maintaining its alien efficiency. "They've adapted already," Sarah announced, her voice echoing from everywhere and nowhere. Through the ship's enhanced sensors, she watched the main swarm fleet adjusting its approach. "They're altering their ship configurations based on the scout data. That's their primary advantage," Guardian added, its holographic form analyzing tactical displays. "They learn, evolve, and adapt faster than any conventional military force." "So do we," Raj called from his engineering station, where he was integrating human and Arcturian power systems. Their biological adaptation versus human creativity enhanced by Arcturian tech. "I'll take those odds." The ship shuddered slightly as another weapons test concluded. Under Zara's guidance, the defensive systems had evolved beyond their original specifications. Human concepts of point defense merged with Arcturian energy manipulation, creating shields that didn't just block attacks, they learned from them. Multiple quantum signatures detected, Maya reported from her sensor station. The main fleet's ahead of schedule. Time to arrival. 6 hours. Sarah felt the information flow through her neural link. The swarm fleet was massive. Hundreds of ships, each one a twisted amalgamation of stolen technology and biological horror. But through her connection to the ship's systems, she sensed something else. They're afraid, she realized. They've never encountered anything like us before. A species using technology they couldn't steal, evolving faster than they can adapt. Speaking of evolution, Dr. Harrison interrupted, excitement clear in his voice. You need to see this. The quantum core isn't just integrating our modifications, it's extrapolating from them, creating entirely new technologies based on the combination of human intuition and Arcturian science. Through the ship's internal sensors, Sarah observed what Harrison had discovered. The vessel wasn't simply accepting their changes, it was learning from the way humans thought, developing innovations that neither humanity nor the Arcturians had imagined possible. Admiral Torres studied the tactical displays with growing appreciation. You're not just upgrading their technology, he said. You're teaching it to think like us. Better than that, Guardian corrected. The ship is learning to think in ways neither of our species could achieve alone. Observe. The main view screen filled with new schematics, weapon systems that combine human aggressive innovation with Arcturian elegant efficiency, defense systems that adapted like living organisms while maintaining mathematical precision, and power generation that broke half a dozen laws of physics that humanity had thought immutable. This is what the Arcturians hoped for, Guardian continued, not merely passing on their technology, but creating something entirely new through the merger of different perspectives. Sarah felt the truth of it through her neural link. The ship was transforming into something unprecedented, a perfect synthesis of human and Arcturian philosophy expressed through technology. Where the Arcturians had sought harmony with the universe, humans sought to bend it to their will. Together, they were creating something that could do both. Swarm fleet entering weapons range in 5 minutes, Maya announced. They'd split into attack formations, reading multiple energy signatures we've never seen before. They're not the only ones with new tricks, Zara grinned, her hands dancing over the weapons console. These targeting algorithms are practically precognitive now. Sarah extended her consciousness through the ship's systems, feeling every modification, every innovation, every fusion of human and Arcturian thought. The vessel had evolved far beyond its original design, becoming something that even its creators hadn't imagined possible. All stations, battle positions, she commanded. Admiral Torres, recommend your ships form up behind us. We'll take point. Against an entire swarm fleet. Torres questioned, though he was already relaying the orders. Even with all these upgrades, watch, Sarah smiled, feeling the ship's power building to unprecedented levels. Guardian, initiate final synthesis protocols. The ship's hull began to glow, patterns of light flowing like liquid mathematics across its surface. In engineering, Raj let out a whoop of triumph as power levels exceeded all theoretical limits. The quantum core pulsed with energy that defied classification. What exactly are we becoming? Torres asked, watching in awe as the ship transformed around them. Something new, Sarah answered, her consciousness expanding with the ship's evolution. Something that proves humanity's greatest strength isn't our technology or our weapons. Through the neural link, she felt every crew member's determination, their creativity, their unwillingness to accept defeat. It's our ability to take something existing and transform it into something greater. The swarm fleet emerged from quantum space, their biomechanical ships filling the void with corrupted technology and twisted organic forms. They encountered something unprecedented, a vessel that burned with inner light, its very structure a declaration of defiance against their adaptation-based warfare. All hands, Sarah broadcast, her voice resonating with power, both human and alien. Prepare to show the galaxy what happens when humanity inherits the stars. The transformed ship surged forward, its weapon systems reconfiguring in ways that violated conventional physics. Where the swarm expected to face Arcturian technology they could adapt to, they instead encountered human innovation enhanced by Arcturian science, and combination they had never encountered in their long history of conquest. And as the battle began, Sarah Chen felt the truth through her neural link. They weren't just fighting to save humanity. They were demonstrating why humanity had been chosen as the inheritors of an ancient legacy. Not because they were the strongest or the most advanced, but because they could take the dreams of a long-dead civilization and transform them into something that could change the galaxy forever. The Phoenix, as the crew had begun calling their transformed vessel, lit up the darkness of space with weapons, born from the marriage of two civilizations' greatest achievements. The swarm was about to learn that some forces couldn't be adapted to. They could only be witnessed, feared, and remembered in the stories of their defeat. The battle erupted across space like a new constellation being born. The Phoenix moved with impossible grace, its hybrid weapons tearing through the swarm's biotech ships with devastating efficiency. But the enemy was countless, their ships darkening the stars with their numbers. "They're adapting to our primary weapon configuration," Zara reported, her hands flying over controls that shifted beneath her touch. "Standard tactics won't work twice." "Then let's stop being standard," Sarah responded through the ship systems. Through her neural link, she felt the quantum core pulse with new possibilities. "Raj, remember that theory you had about quantum entanglement weapons? The one that Dr. Harrison said would violate 3 laws of physics." "Yeah, but..." "Guardian, take his theoretical framework and run it through Arcturian quantum mechanics." The ship's AI processed the request instantly. "Fascinating. Human intuition suggests possibilities we never considered. Implementing modifications now." The Phoenix's hull rippled, weapon ports reconfiguring into entirely new geometries. When they fired, they didn't launch conventional energy beams or projectiles. Instead, sections of space itself seemed to fold, creating corridors of twisted reality that ignored the swarm's adaptive shields completely. "By all the stars," Admiral Torres breathed, watching as entire squadrons of enemy ships collapsed in on themselves. "What did you just do?" "Applied human creativity to Arcturian physics," Raj grinned. "Turns out the laws of physics are more like guidelines when you have both." But the swarm was far from defeated. Their remaining ships began to merge, combining into massive organic battle stations that pulsed with stolen energy. Their return fire carved lines of corrupted space through the void, forcing even the Phoenix's enhanced shields to strain. "Hull integrity at 60%, Maya reported. "They're learning to counter our quantum attacks. We need something they can't adapt to." Sarah extended her consciousness deeper into the ship's systems, feeling the quantum core's endless possibilities. Through her neural link, she sensed every crew member's thoughts, their ideas and innovations flowing together like tributaries into a river of pure creation. "Guardian," she called, "you said the Arcturians built this ship as a seed. What exactly did you mean?" The A's response held a note of wonder. "The ship was designed to grow, to evolve. But we never imagined it could evolve like this. Your species doesn't just adapt technology. You transform it. Then let's transform everything." Sarah opened herself fully to the quantum core, allowing her consciousness to merge completely with the ship's systems. Human intuition met Arcturian science in a fusion of understanding that transcended both. The Phoenix wasn't just a warship anymore. It was becoming a manifestation of humanity's greatest strength, the ability to reimagine what was possible. The ship's hull began to change, not just reconfiguring but evolving. Arcturian crystal matrices merged with structures born from human dreams, creating something that defied conventional reality. Energy coursed through circuits that followed patterns of human creativity rather than rigid physical laws. Multiple quantum ruptures detected. Maya's voice cut through the transformation. More swarm ships entering the system. No, Sarah corrected, her awareness expanding through the enhanced sensors. Not more ships. All of them. This is their entire fleet. The swarm had committed everything to this battle, their vast armada filling space with corrupted technology and twisted biological forms. They recognized the Phoenix as something unprecedented, a threat to their very existence. They're scared, Zara realized. They can't adapt to what we're becoming because we're not following any rules they understand. Humanity's greatest advantage, Admiral Torres nodded. We don't just break the rules. We rewrite them. Through the neural link, Sarah felt the ship's transformation nearing completion. The Phoenix had become something beyond either human or Arcturian design, a physical manifestation of two civilizations' combined potential. All hands, she broadcast, her voice resonating with power that bridged organic and artificial consciousness. Prepare for final transformation. The Phoenix blazed with inner light, its hull now a latticework of crystalline structures and flowing metal that responded directly to human thought. Where the swarm adapted through biological evolution, the Phoenix evolved through the power of human imagination, enhanced by Arcturian science. The final battle erupted across space like a new form of physics being born. The Phoenix moved through dimensions the swarm couldn't perceive, its weapons reshaping reality according to principles that merged human intuition with Arcturian wisdom. Every time the swarm adapted to one form of attack, the ship's human crew dreamed up three more. This is what the Arcturians wanted, Guardian realized as another wave of swarm ships collapsed into quantum fire. Not for their technology to be preserved, but for it to be transformed by a species that could imagine possibilities they never dreamed of. The battle reached its crescendo as the Phoenix unleashed its final transformation. The quantum core, guided by human creativity and Arcturian science, generated a field of pure possibility. Within it, the laws of physics became suggestions, and human imagination became reality. The swarm's biological adaptation meant nothing against weapons born from dreams and built with the mathematics of creation itself. Their fleet, terror of 1,000 civilizations, broke against the Phoenix's defenses like waves against a shore of crystallized imagination. When it was over, the surviving swarm ships fled into quantum space, carrying with them a message that would echo across the galaxy. Humanity had inherited the legacy of the Arcturians, and they had transformed it into something that defied the very rules of existence. Admiral Torres stood on the Phoenix's bridge, watching the last enemy signatures vanish from their sensors. "What happens now?" he asked. Sarah Chen's consciousness gradually returned to her physical form, though she maintained her connection to the ship's systems. "Now," she smiled, "we show the galaxy what happens when humanity dreams without limits." The Phoenix hung in space, its crystalline hull refracting starlight in impossible ways. It was no longer just a warship. It was a testament to humanity's greatest strength. The ability to take the knowledge of the past and forge it into something entirely new. "Guardian," Sarah called to the AI that had become as much a part of their crew as any human. "Are there more seeds out there? More Arcturian ships waiting to be found?" "Many," the AI confirmed, "scattered across the galaxy, waiting for worthy inheritors." "Then let's go find them," she grinned. "After all, humanity's just getting started." The Phoenix turned toward deep space, its hybrid systems humming with possibilities that neither humanity nor the Arcturians had imagined alone. They had proven that the true power of inheritance wasn't in preserving the past, but in transforming it into a future that no one could have predicted. The galaxy would never be the same. And that, after all, was what humans did best.